The USPS is removing mailboxes, and the Democrats are shouting and going crazy that this is sabotaging mail-in voting for this upcoming presidential election. So let's break that down, get into the details, and see if there's any merit to what they're saying. Alright guys, before we begin this video, I'd like to take 2 seconds to ask you to comment on the video, like the video, share the video. If this is your first time here viewing a video, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we would love to have you. Because here we bring the hard truth while others are busy virtue signaling. So let's get into it now. To start this video, what I want to do is help you understand the difference between absentee voting and mail-in voting. They're kind of used interchangeably, but there is a difference. And so absentee voting is where someone cannot be present, to actually vote in person, and they have to request a form, an application in which they have to fill information out and send back. Mail-in voting, on the other hand, is just sending ballots to everybody, right? And so there's a clear reason why Donald Trump doesn't want the mail-in voting, because it's less secure. It's easy to fake different things that'll be sent to people who won't be voting, and that will allow other people to take advantage of that. So that's the big thing that Trump has against that, and that is why he also agrees with absentee voting and has nothing against that. So now that we have that said, let's get into if they are actually removing these mailboxes to sabotage the mail-in voting. Now let's start by saying that there was a report in 2016 that has showed, like, within the last 5 years, 17,000 mailboxes had been removed. And it's actually common practice for them to remove mailboxes or to move mailboxes depending on basically how many people are actually mailing stuff, right? So as mailboxes are underused, or if they need to cut funding, they'll remove them so that you can cut back on worker overtime from when they have to actually clear those boxes. So generally speaking, they cut back, they remove the mailboxes when they need to cut back. Now, with the coronavirus happening and everything, they stated that people were just mailing stuff less. Whether or not this is true, I don't know. It kind of makes sense to me, but what I look at is just the fact that this isn't out of the ordinary. They remove mailboxes. Now, the thing that is interesting to me about this whole situation is how the Democrats are treating this like this is some unique thing. Like this is like they remove mailboxes all the time, and you can go and you can see, over the course of many years here recently, mailboxes have been removed. So what's the big deal? And then keep in mind that we're talking about mailboxes that are like randomly placed. If you were to go to the post office, they would still have them right there. You could drop them there. Now, the thing that, again, the Democrats kill me with is, okay, say they remove a couple mailboxes. If you still have access to some mailboxes, why does it matter? Like, you guys act like it, if there's not a mailbox on every corner, that people can't go and drop their vote off. It's this idea, again, that you guys are acting like people, like minorities, are so ignorant that they can't even figure out how to get in their mail-in ballot. It's the way you guys pander is so annoying. And also keep in mind that, Trump did admit he didn't want to give funding to the USPS because of mail-in voting, and he knows that there's going to be fraud with it. It's common sense, in my opinion, that there's going to be fraud with it. How much, that's to be determined. But the Democrats in the and again, this is part of the reason that the coronavirus package, the stimulus package, couldn't be pushed forward, because they wanted $25 billion to go to the USPS, and Trump didn't see a need for that. And I agree. And, if the USPS needs funding, that's a matter of them not operating as they should. I don't understand what we need a USPS for. Well, I understand what we need one, but them, sucking and not being able to turn a profit, that's on them. I don't think that we should, in our coronavirus stimulus package, we should not be giving them $25 billion. I mean, there's more important stuff to worry about. And this isn't going to be the difference maker in whether or not people can vote, right? So again, if you are that adamant about voting, you're going to get out and you're going to find a mailbox. Okay, it's not like they're removing all the mailboxes, but just the fact that some people see a normal everyday event happening where they go and they're removing these mailboxes, right? And they take a picture, put it up online, and say, oh, look, they're sabotaging our chances here. You guys, like, calm down, do a little research, understand how the USPS actually works, and yeah, there could be ulterior motives. A lot of times it's hard to tell, right? But what I look at is the fact that this is normal for them to move and to remove these mailboxes, and you should have no problem still finding one. And I think I side with Trump on this one, that absentee voting, yes, 100% we should have. This mail-in stuff, I really don't know, because I feel like there is going to be a lot of fraud behind it, but that's just what I think. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that the Democrats will exploit the fact that they're wanting to do all of this mail-in voting, especially, like I said, with COVID? There's going to be a big opportunity to commit fraud, and people know this. So yeah, so just let me know. But anyway, that's going to be it for this one. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe, share the video, and thanks for watching. You guys have a good one.